With DJBoothTV here in conjunction with FreshOutTheBox365.com, and we're here in the beautiful new The Hundreds on 96 Grand Street. It's a new store. Make sure you check it out. Dope clothes, and it's a dope scene. I'm here with my homie Emilio Rojas. I asked if you're bouncing between your hometown of Rochester, but you said you're actually bouncing between Atlanta and New York.
Yeah, I've been. I mean, I go to Rochester every once in a while to visit friends and family, but you know, I spend the majority of my time separated between New York and Atlanta. I record all my music down in Atlanta now out of an incredible studio, Tree Sound Studios.
Tree Sound.
It's like it's owned by Paul and Sunshine and ran by Groove and Molly. They're all like the best people I've like ever met. You know.
Who are you working with down there?
I've worked with Justice League, Needles, Killer Mike, Yellow Wolf, Big Crit. You know what I'm saying? The homie Laws. You know, I work with a lot of cats down there, a lot of access. Green Lantern's down there. He has a radio show out there with Greg Street. So, you know, it's easier for us to work on our projects in the same city.
Do you have another album coming out? Are you working on something else?
I mean, I'm working on an album. You know, it's I've stepped up my game lyrically and flow-wise a lot since 457, and a whole lot. It's like a whole different me now. So I'm kind of excited to let everyone hear it.
Because I know the response on 457 was insane. It was huge.
Yeah. Without shooting myself in the foot, man, I think, you know, rap-wise, I'm on another level now than I was back in February. So I'm just kind of anxious to get this McCartney thing out to let people know, you know, how hard they got to work to catch up.
Can you let us in a little bit? Like, what have you changed? Like, what have you stepped up? I mean, has working.
You know what it is, man. You know what it is, man. It's just I found something about myself that I know that if anybody else tries to do it, they'll sound like me. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a long, like, there's so many levels to rap. Like the final stage to me is always like finding that identity that if anybody tries to follow your path, they'll resemble. And I think I kind of stumbled upon that, like doing this thing.
Putting out a new EP coming out soon. Knox.
Tell us about that too. Yeah, the Roth EP with Knox Raw. Knox just dropped You Need This Music. So if you don't have that, LP yet, Knox's full length is crazy. Holding it down for years, and now he's really stepping out. First solo debut album, You Need This Music.
He's rapping on it, right?
Man. And that's what kind of inspired me when I went to go see him in Virginia. And like he had just had all these heat rocks, and then like he played me a couple of joints off the LP, and I was just like, oh man, all right. So it was cool because I could just kick a verse like My Neighbor, the way that started off. That video just dropped. The My Neighbor video, he played that Mr. Rogers thing. He was like, yo, this record's perfect for you. So I kicked a verse over it, and I was like, all right, this is cool, and just let it be. And then like 2 weeks later, he sent it back with his verse and shit. I was like, yo, this is great because it's such a bridging the gap record. You know? So, but that's the kind of what the Roth EP is all about. It's free. It's a free download coming out in November. And it's just like it's a bridging the gap album, letting people know that people from two different like worlds completely can coexist.
Two worlds in the same side of hip hop. It's always a wonder to see when producers rap and to see that you guys connect not only just on a beat level, but also on a personal level.
It's rap, man. It's pretty cool because Knox and I, it's one of those things, man. When we just got in the studio, it was special, and you know, when we started rocking, there's just a chemistry there and a real vibe. And music, I think that case about you know, understanding that the world really is about vibrations, that becomes obvious when you're working with producers and working with other MCs and artists. It's all about that shit.
So I mean, this is where you are, like where you were last year, and a year from say today, obviously last year. Did you think that you'd be at this point? Like,
you know, I don't really have expectations. I do what I can, and I push it as hard as I can push it. Pause. You know, so we do what we do, and everything that we put out, we make sure we give 100% of our efforts, if not more.
100%, yeah.
And yeah, like perfect isn't really good enough. Like I'm one of those dudes who sits and crafts over and over. Like I'll write a record, rewrite the record, do a demo take on my phone, go do a demo take at the studio, memorize, rewrite, and then re-record. You know
how long does it take you to finish a track?
That depends on the record.
Depends on the record.
Sometimes you know, you could knock out a verse in like 1-2 hours. Sometimes a song. But you know, sometimes you don't. It's all about making the record sound right. You know, and if the record doesn't sound right, then you're doing yourself and your fans a disservice.
So you up here in New York a lot, or?
Occasionally. Actually, I grew up in New York. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Long Island. Wow, you got a good memory though. my pops worked in, you know, the phone company, New York Telephone, so I was always in Manhattan, in the city. I don't get up here a lot, but I like coming up here, man.
It's different now, obviously.
Yeah, I did a show in Brooklyn like a month ago, and that was the first show I'd done up here, and they were really extremely responsive to me.
Really?
And I forget that like everywhere I go, I'm kind of an out of towner because of the way I talk. And then when
fans,
and then when I come back to New York, it's like, oh, they get it though, because this is where I come from. You know what I'm saying? This is actually where I come from at the end of the day.
And a lot of people don't really know that.
Nah, I have no idea.
Blind is a new single that came out. That's coming off your next album, second album. I mean, I know I haven't heard much about it, and I know not many other people have. Purposely, you don't want. You know, can you purposely tell us a little bit something about it?
You know what, man? It's just one of those things that, like, the Spaghetti Tree is a record that's kind of has some fantasy, mysteriousness to it, and you know, it's going to be warm. It's going to be a 2011 record, so anybody expecting a 2010 release will be disappointed. But we space things out, man. We just want to do consistent content. The Spaghetti Tree will be, you know, the second studio album, and we're going to have a lot of fun on that record.
A lot of fun.
You know, a lot of live music-driven stuff. Pharrell's on there, Knox is on there, Organized Noise is on there. Ryan Leslie. We just did records with a bunch of people who wanted to be part of a message that was more proactive and more fun than just like, yo, I'm such an amazing rapper, check me out. You know what I mean? We wanted to do something that was really, you know, special.
What's on the project?
The project, Life Without Shame.
It's presented by Famous and DJ Green Lantern.
Yeah, Famous Stars and Straps and DJ Green Lantern are putting the project together. We got production from Justice League, Needles, Green Lantern, Dante Ross, M Phases, Illmind. Wow. I know there's probably big names that I'm forgetting. Because
I know The Natural did extremely well.
Yeah.
And what are your expectations for this one?
Oh, I mean, The Natural was just laid a bunch of foundation. You know, this one we really stepped it up. We actually reached out to some of the artists that we work with. We got features. We got a bunch of people involved. We have a major brand helping us with the marketing push. You know, it's definitely, everything's definitely elevated.
So, I mean, with the All City Chess Club, I mean, a plethora of artists on there, B.O.B., Charles Hamilton, Lupe, Diggy. Tell me about that. Like, I mean, you guys just came out with the I'm Beaming remix, which is huge.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, man. You know, Lupe hit me up and was just like, man, it's about that time just to get a bunch of like, you know, like-minded individuals on the same record. So, you know, I can't sit here and say any officialness about a record or a tour or anything like that, but it's just a matter of just people who feel the same way getting in the same room, or on that instance getting on the same record.
Feel the same way about, like you said, it's all about the kids. Yeah. People getting to know me.
Being progressive, being productive, understanding that, like, using your time wisely, but also having fun. And you know what I mean? Lupe's been going through some crazy stuff right now because he's, you know, a lot of censorship on his album.
Actually get his record out.
Yeah, because it's not, you know, because he doesn't cater to radio, which, you know, a lot of people, I commend that. You know what I mean? Because I see that all the time, and I know a million other artists are constantly being asked to essentially compromise themselves in order to get radio play. But you know what we've been talking about before. There's 1,000,001 ways nowadays, if you're kind of understanding what's going on, 1,000,000 ways to get your shit out there, man.
Yeah.
And Lupe understands that, and a lot of other cats understand that. So that's all City Chess Club is just, you know, you're probably gonna see a lot of other artists come in and hang out with us. You know what I mean? I don't think it's mutually exclusive or anything like that. It's just
like,
fun,
hey, if you're ready to come down and build, and
it's just fun, kicking rhymes and sharpening our weapons.
Can we expect songs with you and Lupe?
Yeah. I would say that, you know, it's okay to have some expectations of future collaborations. Right?
Okay. So, you know, thanks for coming out. Jacques Morel, DJBoothTV, in conjunction with FreshOutTheBox365.com. Right now we're in 96 Grand Street, the new Hundreds place. I mean, what do you think of it? What do you think about this place?
Yo, this store is, listen, if you ain't NY, this 100 store is fresh. I was flipping through the racks. I didn't see one wax shirt. I was like, bam. Jackets, hats, this shit is heavy. So, Hundreds, come check this out, for real.
Hey, so you heard it from him, you heard it from Laws. Jacques Morel, DJBoothTV, Fresh Out the Box 365, and the Hundreds, 96 Grand Street. You guys have a great day, all right?